Sorry,
okay, just follow him like this.
Get off of it. Stop this.
Get up. Are you both done?
Are you both done?
So are you both done is when it can be madness until...
Let me ask, are you sure about this marriage thing?
Mikey, I'm getting married. I am not you. Dowry.
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 Dowry. Dowry. Dowry.
Dowry.
Dowry.
Dowry.
The children of two families who hate each other are getting married.
Everything kicks off from the morning after the Bachelor's Eve.
5 hours before the wedding, the groom gets missing.
Focuses on the people left behind and the hassle trying to get the groom back. In time for the wedding,
it's full of twists and turns and some of the most unlikely scenarios. So I'm pretty anxious to see it all play out.
It's about trust, love, family.
You don't know what's happening until you get to the next scene. You cannot. It's not the sort of story that you can predict.
the story by its very structure happens over a 5-hour period where every episode is supposedly an hour in real time, supposedly. So I honestly, until I get to edit, I have no idea whether this experiment will work in terms of pacing. All I know is it's a lot of story within a limited amount of time, less time than you're used to telling long-form TV stories in. So it's a balance of archetypes, stereotypes, and just ordinary, amazingly ordinary people. But the core of it is that nobody's ordinary.
It's funny how small the cast is, but yet there's such diversity in the characters.
If I had to pick a lead or somebody who has to anchor the story, in terms of plot, it would be the best man, Marcus, played by OCUKJ.
Marcus, I call him a playboy.
Marcus.
I love Marcus.
Marcus, who is Demola's best friend and his best man at the wedding.
It's very interesting how he seems to be generally connected to every crucial thing that happens in the story.
Marcus is the typical player. He's unrepentant. He just goes by his own rules.
And then if there's anybody who's central to the theme, it would be the bride, who's played by Ivio Kujayi.
Naomi is somebody who's quiet, but she grew up in a home where the mother was loud, the father was probably a bully. You know, the siblings are larger than life. So when you're a shy person surrounded by all these boisterous people, you tend to find your voice getting lower and lower. So she almost doesn't have an opinion, she doesn't have a say in anything.
But if you had to go to the heart of it, and the person who has to do the biggest transformation, it literally would be the groom, who's played by Deyemi Konamo.
Demola is a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He's the I'm a boy's boy, you know, every guy's guy. Demola is, I would use the word confident, but I think a lot more people will think of him as arrogant.
I play the character Jadesola Richards, very enigmatic, elegant. A rod of steel wrapped in a soft mitten. Even I haven't quite figured her out yet, but she's multi-layered, multifaceted. I can't wait to see how she plays out.
Jadesola, who's my mother, she's a piece of work. She's really interesting. She's played by the lovely Iriti Doyle, and Lala and her mother don't have a great relationship. I think Lala's existence actually just bothers her mother. So yeah, it's an interesting relationship dynamic. Lala is special. She's Demola's younger sister, and she likes to do what she wants to do. She's a little bit rebellious, doesn't like to go along with the flow, and doesn't do what's expected of her. She likes to make a statement.
Nika is who I play. I'm best friend to the bride, Naomi. A bully, in one word. Almost everyone is scared of her, but Richie, Naomi's brother.
Nika, love her,
but I always say good things don't happen to some people, and Nike is just one of them.
And the only person, Nike, can't really talk back at is Jadesola, that's Demola's mom. But all in all, she's a very strong character.
Where I'm playing a very interesting character, I would say. His name is JJ. I see myself a lot in this character. He's playful in the sense that when something serious is going on, you can hear the funniest things come out of his mouth. You know, when a catastrophe is happening right now, JJ can be, you know, thinking of where he left his phone or the last thing he said to the girl he was chatting with on BBM, you know.
I've been privileged, I've been blessed to work with these actors before, and they're a very committed bunch of scary people. Scary people. When I'm talking about levels of talent, scary people.
Victor Sanchez, I think he's crazy.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Victor is crazy, and I mean that in the best possible way.
He's a madman, a creative genius.
Agawa is brilliant.
Victor Sanchez Agarwa. Not only is he a fantastic director, he's also a fantastic writer.
I've always wanted to work with him. I've seen stuff that he's done and I thought they were absolutely fantastic. And what I find most unique about him is how much power he gives over to his actors.
I enjoy working with him. This isn't my first time. His government is easy. He goes into a production knowing exactly what he wants. If he gets what he wants in one take, we move on. When I'm working with Victor, I know I'm in good hands. I don't question his direction. I don't question his judgment. I know that ultimately it would look good.
Victor Sanchez does not compromise on creativity, and I can't stop being in awe of him for that reason. He casts well, after all, he casted me. But okay, he casts well.
It's just what he does on his feet that trips me. And then sometimes when you read the material and you look at the individual, you're just like, how do you get these stories?
He gets to let you talk, be yourself on set, be creative with your own character. If you have suggestions about your character, he listens to it, tells you, okay, play it out. If I like it, I want to hear it.
So when he approached me about this project, even before he said anything, I'm like, guy, when are we shooting?
The way his mind works just kind of boggles me. But he's just so much fun to work with. Like, I never feel like I'm working. I just feel like we're just having so much fun on set. So I'm a fan of his.
It was fast-paced. From the cameras to the audio, everything was mobile. We weren't stagnant. It wasn't your normal tripod stand there shoot. We had some shots where we had to take the camera handheld, go into the faces of the actor. It was really intense. It was hard, but then it wasn't.
Production has this greenhouse effect. We're all locked into this small, tight space for hours on end. You're sweaty, it's hot. Chances of somebody blowing up, you know, are huge, but that hasn't happened.
There were hard days, but we had this days.
This is the first thing I've shot in TV style, personally, for my own production company. But it is a departure from my usual mockumentary style. And I purposely kept it as simple as humanly possible. It's an artistic choice. I purposely got rid of the cranes, the steadicams, I want this to live and die in terms of story and performance, and that's it. And the actors were extremely committed.